Imagine standing beside a rushing mountain stream with nothing but bamboo, natural materials, and your own two hands. No power tools, no heavy machinery, no modern construction equipment, just nature, patience, and skill. That is exactly what makes this incredible build so fascinating. At the beginning, a woman is working directly in a shallow, fast-moving stream surrounded by thick green vegetation and rocks. The water continues flowing around her as she carefully prepares the materials she needs. Her main material is bamboo. Piece by piece, she gathers and arranges long bamboo poles near the water. Instead of simply using one or two pieces, she begins creating something much larger. The first step is to place the bamboo poles together. She carefully lines them up, making sure they sit closely beside one another. The poles are long, straight, and hollow, and each one becomes part of the growing structure. But working beside moving water is not easy. The stream keeps flowing underneath and around the construction area. Every movement has to be controlled. One wrong placement could shift the bamboo or make the entire structure unstable. Still, she keeps working. She adds more bamboo, then more. Slowly, what looked like a pile of individual poles starts becoming one large platform-like structure. And this is where the build becomes even more interesting. She doesn't stop after putting the bamboo together. She begins reinforcing it. Additional bamboo pieces are positioned across the main structure. These pieces help hold the long poles together and give the construction a much stronger shape. Using simple natural materials, she creates connections between the bamboo sections. There is something satisfying about watching the structure grow. First, it is difficult to understand what she is building, but as more pieces are added, the purpose starts becoming clearer. The construction stretches across the flowing water. The bamboo platform is positioned directly where the stream is moving, allowing the water to flow underneath and through parts of the structure. Then she begins working on another important section. Natural vegetation is brought into the build. She gathers long green leaves and plants and begins weaving them together by hand. This part requires patience. She carefully places one strip after another, creating a tightly woven surface. The simple green materials begin transforming into a surprisingly detailed handmade section. There are no shortcuts. Every section is created manually. She pulls, adjusts, weaves, and tightens the material until it becomes part of the structure. And the most impressive part is that she is doing all of this in the middle of a natural environment. The stream is still flowing. The rocks are still underneath her. The surrounding forest remains completely untouched. Yet right in the middle of it, a carefully designed bamboo construction is taking shape. As the project continues, she returns to the main bamboo platform. More support pieces are added. The structure becomes wider and stronger. From a distance, it almost looks like a small handmade bridge or platform crossing the stream. But this isn't the kind of construction you would see at a modern building site. Everything comes from simple materials and careful craftsmanship. Eventually, the finished structure is positioned across the rushing water. The stream flows directly beneath it. Water moves between the bamboo poles, creating a fascinating contrast between the strength of the handmade construction and the constant movement of nature. But she isn't finished yet. She moves around the stream and continues adjusting different sections. At several points, she carefully walks through the shallow water and works close to the rocks. She checks the structure from different angles. She makes small changes. She strengthens sections, and she keeps improving the design. Then comes one of the most satisfying moments. The bamboo construction is finally complete enough to show its full shape. What started as individual bamboo poles has become a large handmade structure integrated directly into the stream. The rushing water continues moving underneath it, as if the construction has become part of the landscape. And that is what makes this build so remarkable. There is no complicated technology involved. The entire process is based on observation, patience, and practical craftsmanship. She uses what the environment provides and turns simple bamboo into something functional. The final shots show the peaceful stream continuing through the green wilderness. The water flows away from the finished structure, surrounded by rocks, trees, and dense vegetation. And after watching the entire process, one thing becomes clear. Sometimes, incredible results don't require expensive tools or modern machines. Sometimes they come from knowing how to work with nature. One bamboo pole at a time, one connection at a time, one carefully woven section at a time. What begins as a simple pile of bamboo beside a mountain stream eventually becomes an impressive handmade construction built almost entirely by hand. And the most satisfying part? She didn't need to fight the environment. She built around it. She used the flowing water, the natural landscape, the bamboo, and the vegetation together to create something completely unique. This is more than just a bamboo project. It's a reminder of what patience, creativity, and practical skills can accomplish when you have nothing but simple materials and determination. Would you have the patience and skill to build something like this in the middle of a rushing stream? Watch the video again and look closely at how each individual bamboo